Alright guys, what's going on? This is basically going to be a session of reading out the lores to get a better understanding. Real quick, I'm just going to turn on creative mode just so I can fly up. And we basically don't get disturbed by anything while I read to us. And then what I'm going to basically be, we're going to be basically talking about the lore and we're going to read it to you. Basically, we're going to get an understanding of what the hell is going on Ark. What is Ark, and why are we all shoved in it? So they basically explain that the lore does explain, the lore does tell the story as to why you're here, what is going on, and such. And I have actually, for Island, gotten them all. They're all like this because apparently, for some retarded reason, every time they do a DLC, it makes it like you have to go get them again, and I'm just like, I'm not doing that. That is just, no, they could just eat, they could eat me. So, without further ado, we're going to start reading it. We're not going to read the Dossier of the Thames. We'll do that some other day, I guess. Today, like I said, we're going to focus on the island. I'm going to read each person's one by one in order, because apparently a lot of this stuff is going on at the same time. Like Helena and Rockwell, and especially Mei Yin, like all their stuff is happening at the same time, and they're kind of talking about their interactions with each other. So let's go ahead and get into it. Start with Helena Walker. All right. I've lost count of how many sunrises have been since I arrived on this island. Hundreds, I'd imagine, yet each one seems more beautiful than last. Sometimes I like to take Athena out just before dawn and watch it while flying through the morning sky. It's in these simple moments that I realize just how lucky I am. Not that I am unhappy exploring the reefs and rainforest back at Oz, but I wasn't ever going to spot a Bronto stomping about the outback, was I? Since I got here, I've had the opportunity to study creatures that no other biologist has ever witnessed. Always be grateful for that. So basically, Helena Walker this is basically a clue, she's a biologist and she studies animals and such. And Athena is an Argentavius that somehow she tamed. I'm not quite sure how she tamed an Argentavius. Those things are a pain, even for me. But she talks about the outback, that means she's from Australia originally. So basically, like, a lot of these people, they just wake up on the island. They're just like, what in the butt? So this one is Rockwell's first journal. Greetings and salutations, dear reader. It was a dead Ichthyosaurus over there. Anyway, it was, these words are gracing your eyes, and you have had the good fortune to find the journal of Sir Edmund Rockwell. Stupendous scholar, gallant gentleman, and explorer extraordinaire. Guy has a fucking ego. It also means that I'd certainly possibly... God, this guy talks in riddles. It's entirely possible that I've met some unseemly end on this fascinating but exceedingly dangerous island that I call home. I suppose you could have also stolen it. Yeah, sure. Or I could have misplaced it. That's more likely. In which case, please proceed to either hang your head in shame, fuck you, or return it to me at once, bite me. Whichever is appropriate. And so his doesn't really do anything except introduce you to the wonderful world of journalism by this idiot. Mei Yin, a lot of her journals are a lot interesting, so let's go ahead and read those. I have asked these questions many times since I woke on this foreign shore, but I must stop. They do not matter. Their answers will not save me, so I will focus on a different question. How can I survive? That's a good question. This question always has an answer, though. It is very ever-changing, and has helped me find resolve in moments of uncertainty or fear. Just days ago, I never thought I'd fear again. I thought my fear died with the yellow turbans, yet when I see a great lizard turn its eyes on me, I know fear is exactly what I feel. So, okay, Mei Yin is a Chinese woman here, and right there, the yellow turbans. Yellow turbans was a great conflict in China during, I want to say, the 1300 AD. So that's another kind of confusing thing is a lot of these people are here at the same time on the island, but they're all from different time periods. If I remember, Sir Rockwell is from... he's from like the 1700s, and then Helen's from like, I want to say the 1900s, and then you got Mei Yin here, who's from the 1300s. And again, She's a Chinese warrior. And then this last one is Nerva. Gaius Nerva. If I pronounce that wrong, I don't care. He's a Roman. It is the chaos of this land that is truly disturbing to me. Even more than its most titanic and vicious beasts, animals are meant to be savage, even when tamed. They are not truly civilized. But man is supposed to be above the animal. Yet the people here live in squalor and fight viciously over scraps like stray dogs. I have convinced some of them to band together under my leadership, and together we have found safety and order. Unfortunately, they are untrained and lack cohesion. I'll have to fix that. So again, this is a Roman, so that means he's probably either 1300 or maybe even close to like the 900 AD. He's been only around for a couple, so another time frame person out of time in this generation of people who actually are in a different, more I'd say advanced technology. So that is just the first 4 chapters of everybody. And again, let's go with Rock. Let's go with number 2. All right, number 2, Helena. Yeah, I've been holding out for a change in weather before studying the wildlife of this island, peculiar tundra region, but I think it's safe to say that it's not forthcoming. Clearly, this planet has no exile tilt and therefore no seasons. That ice and snow isn't melting anytime soon. Can't say I'm happy about it. The cold and I are not best mates. I can tell you that, but I'll just have to suck it up. The climate during the Jurassic and Cretaceous periods that many of this island's creatures hail from was fairly uniform, so the Arctic region is quite the oddity. It'd be plain stubborn of me to have a Captain Cook. I'm not sure what that is. Okay, but so that means that basically Helen woke up in that where you see the north part of the island, where it's that like white part where my thumbs, like my fingers are touching. She woke up in that region. That's the tundra area. If I fly a little bit more up, alright, because we're over here in the tropical south, and she woke up just beyond that mountain. Like, that's the volcano in the middle. You could see it kind of faintly. That peak mountain is where she woke up. She woke up over there. What a place to wake up. Shit. I wouldn't want to wake up there. I'd rather wake up on the beach. Alright, let's see about Rockwell's first, the second story. Alright, Rockwell. The wondrous proprieties, sorry, wrong proprieties, of the flora on this island will never cease to amaze me. If I'd told my colleagues in London that I could create a concoction capable of erasing someone's memories, I'd be laughed at. That sounds like it sucks. Invited to tea again, yet here it sits. My mind wipe tonic. Yeah, I've used it. It does actually it resets. It doesn't wipe your memories, it resets your skills. As usual, I've had tribal leaders groveling at the gates of Rockwell Manor just for the tiny sample and for the recipe. Oh, the bounties I've been offered. I'm not interested in the riches though. I have their protection supplies for my studies and all the time in the world. What more could I ask for? So basically, he's tinkering with the wildlife's flora, the berries, and whatnot, and that's where you're getting the recipes that you get to use in the game, such as the Mind Wipe Tonic, the stimulant, narcotics, and such. So Rockwell he's the one responsible for creating these formulas that everybody uses. And that's the other thing, is a lot of what these guys discover in the lore books is basically the engrams that you have access to. It wasn't like your character just like you level up and you're just like blessed with knowledge. It's basically knowledge that the Rockwell, Helena, and all these other survivors basically learned and figured out as they kind of lived and survived the arc, and that's basically how your characters basically figure out how to do all this engrams and crafting stuff. But I think I'm running out of time for this one, so I'm going to wrap it up here. We're going to continue with the second part of Mei Yin and Nerva as soon as I get back.